Once we finished our creative thinking session, we had three ideas that we thought we could develop on, and we then went away and visualised those ideas. Now, why did we present the client with three ideas? Well, first of all, just because as a designer we feel the first idea we come up with is brilliant, certainly doesn't mean that the client agrees with us on that, because people have different tastes. It's an aesthetic judgment. But what is also useful is the ability, when talking to the client, to compare and contrast different ideas, because then it helps you get a better feel of exactly what the client is after, what their thoughts are. So for instance, in one approach that you present them, they may absolutely love the use of font and typography, but hate the colour. Whereas in another idea, they might like the colour or the visuals used. So what it's useful is, it's useful as a discussion point, but also helps us pinpoint the way forward until to the final idea. The concepts that we presented have certain similarities, but they also are quite different in feel. They're all based around what the organisation does. Basically, it produces energy from wind. So wind was really coming through as our reference point. One of the things that we noticed from the client questionnaire was that there was a particular colour they didn't want to see. So first of all, we couldn't use green at all as any main colours. But we also felt, after creative thinking, that we wanted to use vibrant primary colours to show that this is a young, vibrant company. So one of the similarities of the three ideas is the use of vibrant colours. But they're also quite different in terms of feel and graphic approach. So the first concept is a very clear, clean, kind of corporate approach, with a very recognisable logo type, a shape which is very much like a windmill, and it uses very vibrant colour, uses primary colours, and photography that is to do with wind. So for instance, you see visualisations of windmills and kites, that kind of thing, but it's also references the primary colours throughout. The second idea was based upon the little windmills that you have as a kid, because we thought it was quite a joyful, vibrant idea. So we came up with a graphic approach that has got little graphic symbols of that kind of child's windmill. The second idea is maybe more chunky and a bit more loose, and you know, that has a different feel. And the third approach, we use the dandelion seeds, because again, dandelion seeds are driven by the wind, but also Aspro are a micro organisation, so there was something very nice about the scale of dandelion seeds. And the last idea is obviously quite light and fancy free almost. So it was very useful to present these to the client and the focus group to see what they feel about the vision of the company. Furthermore, when we actually visualise, it's very useful to visualise a number of the formats that the identity is going to be used in its final guises. So that can be things like stationery, straightforward stuff like stationery, but also maybe website visuals, brochure visuals, or other marketing applications, simply because it helps you understand how the identity is going to develop in the future and whether it works flexibly across a range of media.